Hey guys, I'm Paul Dent with Luke Brown Yachts, and today I want to welcome you aboard a 2009 65 Pacific Mariner. We're going to start our tour off today on the swim platform, starboard side, all the way back aft. Back here we find a big deep storage in the swim deck, where currently we have spare props and a couple fenders. We find ourselves all the way on the back deck, now up on the aft deck seating, port side. Back here we find a port side docking station, our cable masters for our shore cords, port and starboard, a big bench-shaped seating, easily can comfort for 6, and an al fresco dining. Back here we also have access to our fly bridge via ladder here on the port side, starboard side sliding door to gain access into the salon, and you have a full walk around on port and starboard to access the bow. Walking all the way up here on starboard, we find ourselves a docking station, get you good visibility when pulling up starboard side to your slip. Also an access point into the main helm station. As you can tell, plenty of safety, all waist high guardrails, nice handrail walking up, comfortable all the way coming forward. Find ourselves all the way on the bow now. From sunsets to cocktails, you can definitely find your wife here taking in the views. All the way forward, we have our anchor windlass with deck controls. And from here, we're gonna head back aft down the port side. We can also find another sliding door to gain access into the helm on the port side as well. We find ourselves aft on the flybridge starboard side, where we have a 1,500-pound davit crane to hoist up your tender jet ski of choice. When you're not having the tender up here, you can utilize this space for deck chairs, al fresco dining, another place just take in the natural light. We now find ourselves in the climate-controlled and closed flybridge section here. Just off to starboard, we have an L-shaped seating, and off to port, we have our controls for our audio, freshwater sink, and some additional storage. All the way forward on the flybridge, we find ourselves at the helm station, where we have our Furuno plotter, our controls for our MTUs, our Furuno depths, rudder controls, VHF, electronic controls, and lastly, and most importantly, our stitch helm chairs for the captain and their mate. Whenever you're not using this station for navigation, you can always pop down the TV, connect to the Starlink, watch your favorite football game or reality TV, whatever you're into today. Continuing our tour, we are now at the starboard side, heading interior on the main deck. We step into the salon. As you can immediately tell, there's a ton of space. You have another full L-shaped seating, all brand new carpets 2025, headliners 2025. Lastly, most importantly, another entertainment section that can also be stowed away. And if you're looking to service your guests, you have another cold fridge, ice maker, wine cooler, and a full bar section. We now find ourselves in the country style galley, where you have the same features that you have in a modern style home. Leaving the galley just off to starboard, we have our second access into the flybridge. Just forward of the galley, we found another seating section that can be utilized for coffee underway, keeping the captain company, just enjoying the space, or waiting for your food to get served. But it's a great spot to utilize for guests and crew. We now find ourselves at the 4th helm station of this vessel. Lacks no features, where you have your Naiad stabilizer fin controls, your autopilot, updated Garmin unit plotter, and 2 helm stations to really take in this space and everything you need to navigate this boat safely. To starboard, we find ourselves a spiral staircase that heads down into the guest common area. Immediately to the bow, we find 3 steps that gain you access into the VIP stateroom, with an ensuite just to starboard and a hanging locker just to port. Ton of storage underneath the bed as well, and also an entertainment center. About midship to port, we find a twin stateroom with access to an ensuite head and shower. Lastly, most importantly, if you wanted to convert this twin stateroom into a full, we also have an insert to make the twin beds 1 berth. Off to port, you have a great entertainment television. All the way back aft, we find a full beam master with an oversized king bed, hanging lockers to port and starboard, along with drawer storage. Just forward to port, we find our AV compartment with a big flat screen television. And finding ourselves all the way to starboard, we walk into the master head, which contains a tub and shower, a freshwater vanity, mirror with storage, and just a ton of space. To starboard all the way aft, we have our access to our crew quarters and engine room. Stepping into the crew quarters, we have a bunk stateroom, climate controlled, small mini fridge, and all the stuff you need for your crew to stay happy. Now, the engine room on this vessel is truly immaculate. You immediately notice that the whole area is climate controlled. That's probably why it looks so clean. It's a pleasure to work in here. Down here, we find our MTU 60 series, currently about 2,500 hours on both, our Northern Lights 20 kW generator, and our other Northern Lights 16 kW generator. Most importantly, if you're traveling the Bahamas or the islands, you do have a water maker down here, along with all your hydraulic controls. On behalf of the team at Luke Brown Yachts, myself, Paul Denton, I want to thank you for joining me on board the walkthrough of The Last Call. Additionally, if you want more information, call me at 386-295-4668 or pd@lukebrown.com. Look forward to seeing you on the docks.